Dan's all about Arsenal. We are back for the Arsenal forecast once again on an epic weekend, I think it's got to be. And we're going to be talking everything from Bayer Leverkusen first leg onto the second. We've got the Everton game, and it's got to be maxed down. We've got to talk about. And obviously, we're going to talk about the Carabao Cup final coming up this weekend, Sunday against Man City. Probably the biggest rivals for the last 3-4 seasons of literally of us, but everyone else as well, surely. So I want some silverware, and we're going to talk about this within my beautiful, Arsenal family. So we're going to get into it in every kind of little bit. I've got a few images we might chuck up there, which I still need to upload, but it's going to be a good show. Obviously, get involved, get in the comments. Obviously, if you're watching live, thank you. If you're watching after, comment. We'll answer them in the next podcast and stuff as well. So we appreciate everyone who watches. We're hitting nearly 1,000 views on the last video. It is appreciated, but we will hear more from you and hear the love, and we want to get involved in everything Arsenal. But gentlemen, a lovely evening and a buzzing weekend. I mean, I don't know where you guys were, but I was screaming down the house, and we've got to start with the last probably 10, 15 minutes of the Everton game is pretty what you needed to watch. But overall, I need to get your thoughts on the game. I know Vinny was rewatching it yesterday. So, Vinny, on the rewatch, mate, how did you get on? What did you think on the rewatch?
Here's the thing, right? When you're doing a rewatch and you already know the score, it's a very different thing. So you kind of watch it with more of an analytical eye.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So I'm really watching, I'm looking for the performances. Because I already knew we won 2-0. Do you know what I mean? So, so you kind of watch it knowing what to expect.
Yeah.
And because of the way the results went, enjoying it even more so. Loved every minute, rewatching the thing. At the time, when it was live, I was actually, because I told you it was my son's birthday. Yes. And we had some catering that we had to go and pick up. So we had to go and pick up some food. Wasn't ready when I got to the location. So I ended up sitting outside in the car with my son, watching it and listening to it on the radio as well at the same time. And oh my goodness, I'm lucky all the windows in the car are still intact because when that final goal went in, oh my goodness, the noise! I'm telling you, the noise I made in the car, absolutely ridiculous. Elated, man, elated, amazing scenes.
It was popping off. So it was my daughter's 15th, and they all sat down for dinner, and I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, that was stupid. And all I was doing, I was just screaming. I was like, It's a damn goal. I mean, not only just scoring, obviously, the Gyökeres goal and everything else, which obviously won the game and allowed us to have this second goal, but I was just going mental. I think the fact it was Daumann, the fact the way it was done, I just couldn't believe it. And it was so good. But I'll share, we'll go around and obviously we're going to recap on more and a bit more detail on the game. But Josh, Alex, rock, paper, scissors for it. Who wants to go first? Oh, scissors, Josh wins. Josh, what was your thoughts on the game? Did you manage to watch this live, mate? I know you're surrounded by children normally.
I did, but it was intermittent. Dealing with the children.
Damn kids.
But no, it was. I mean, I was sort of I watched pretty much all of it. But it was one of them games. It was sort of looking very frustrating, wasn't it? And kind of.
You felt like the draw was coming, like
essentially. And then I don't know, like as soon as he obviously brought on Daumann, I kind of just, when you just have that feeling like something's going to happen.
Well, every time he did, you think something's going to happen. That's the excitement about this kid,
Yeah, I think sometimes when you get these sorts of players, like when Nwaneri sort of came through, like he was, don't get me wrong, he was really good. But there was the odd time where you sort of thought, he is like a boy amongst men. Getting a little bit sort of overpowered and maybe not having the influence on the game that you kind of thought that he might do. But Daumann's just a different world. It's just, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. But obviously, massive win. I kind of, I kind of wish that I've like watched it back as well, like a bit like what Vinny was saying, because you can then sort of be a bit more analytical with it and kind of pick up on certain moments in the game, because it's kind of almost gone because the euphoria of the Gyökeres goal, which was set up by Dauman. Okay, I mean, he wouldn't get the assist because it's been essentially Hincapié knobbed it back to him.
Literally,
But yeah, he put the ball in, which was, drew Pickford out. It was just a great ball. And obviously gave it as an open goal really for the Glock. But yeah, I think, it'd be good to sort of look back at, there's the other moment of Calafiori with his scorpion kick clearance. Yes. And I think that sort of just epitomises, what we're like at the moment in terms of like our defending. I think I say at the moment, I mean, more, this season and stuff like that. In that, we put everything on the line to, try and get something from the game. It doesn't always work out, but they're the fine margins that you're playing against, aren't they?
For sure.
But massive win. Obviously, then with Man City drawing at West Ham, like, an ex-Arsenal player getting the equaliser as well. It's just sort of like written in the stars, isn't it?
It's beautiful, mate. That absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's what I was saying. Is like I kept saying, like, what is it? Someone's playing 4D chess by employing him from like Arsenal just to have him, score a goal for West Ham. Like years down the line, it's just like, if only that was the thing. But it just made me laugh. But I think the images, I don't know if you saw, I shared on social media of him defending the ball from Haaland, and I'll show it later. But the face.
No, I've seen it. I have seen it. I don't think I've seen it on yours.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
I mean, it does look a bit Photoshop, but like my
it's not real.
She saw it. She saw it. She went, "Is that real?" And I went, "Well, I think it is, because it did hit him literally like."
It hit him in the side of his head.
Oh, did it?
Like,
that is AI.
Yeah. Can't believe anything anymore.
This is it. I mean,
did Max Dauman even score?
Yeah. We're in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Oh, scary. Alex, mate, what was did you manage to kind of catch it live and have that experience like all the Arsenal fans in the stadium?
So, I went to the local pub with my partner and a few people, and they don't have a TV, so I was watching it on my phone. So I wasn't really involved with everyone, and then we kind of cut it short, and then came home, and then I stuck it on the TV, and I was frustrated a lot of that game, and it did. I was crying out for like something to change, because nothing was really developing, nothing was really happening. So I was crying out for the subs, and I mean, what an impact all four of them had. Every single person that came on. Martinelli gave the assist to Dauman. I know he ran the length of the pitch, but Martinelli like headed it out to him. Zubimendi. He came off for Zubimendi, didn't he, Dauman? But I went crazy when I saw it was his cross that Gyökeres got on the end of, like after the Hincapié. I was just like, that kid's just unbelievable. And then just when you saw that there was no one in front of him, and like my Mrs. Alex, she was watching it. She was like, "Where's the goalkeeper?" I was like, they were trying to get a point. She's like, "That doesn't make any sense." I was like, "Yeah, no, you don't understand." Okay, but I just couldn't believe like what I was seeing, and I love Martinelli like just blocking the two defenders that were trying to catch up. Like just making sure that he was going to get that goal. And do you know I've mentioned it a couple of times. There's a guy that I work with who's a massive United fan, and first thing he said to me this morning was, I could not have been happier for Max Dowman. Like he went, that was my highlight of the weekend was Max Dowman scoring a goal. He went, what, like, how amazing is that? And he went, and that kid's got to go to school on Monday. Like, hasn't even sat his GCSEs yet, and like swagging into school. So yeah, so it's unbelievable. Isn't it?
There's so many memes about that kind of very thing, wasn't it? Of like, there was a kid, wasn't it? He won like the Olympic medal, and he's walking in and shaking his hands with his mates and all that kind of stuff. It was
got
brilliant.
A guard of honour.
Yeah. But imagine
there was one thing that really annoyed me, actually. I only just see it on TalkSport. Gabby Agbonlahor, who I don't particularly like anyway as a pundit, but he was
so negative.
He was basically saying like that it isn't, like, obviously people are going on about it being an iconic moment, like in the Premier League, and he was saying it isn't. But then he listed Wayne Rooney's goal.
Wayne Rooney against Arsenal, yeah, I saw that.
I sort of thought, well, why is that more iconic than Dowman's? I mean, okay, you know, Dowman scored against Everton, who are a lesser team, let's say, than Arsenal. But the point is, he's the youngest goal scorer ever in the Premier League's history. You know, so surely that alone makes it an iconic moment. And I just feel like sometimes, like, he's almost like a bit like Jamie O'Hara, you know, in terms of all he cares about is his own team. I mean, you could argue that about Martin Keown. I mean, obviously, he's, you know, I do respect Martin Keown, and I like Martin Keown when he was a player, but as a pundit, he is so biased towards Arsenal. It is a little bit cringe at times.
I know what you mean.
Yeah,
so
it's a tricky one, isn't it? As a supporting pundit, but you're all naturally going to be biased, I think, isn't it? I think that's part of it.
Yeah, but I think the whole idea of the punditry is that, like, from like ex-players and stuff, is to be fairly impartial, and that's why, like I say, when I listen to like Alan Smith, I think he's one of the best pundits out there, and like commentators. He doesn't ever seem to get like the big games, but obviously he was commentating. I don't know if you watched it on Sky or whatever, but I did. He was commentating on the Arsenal game, and you know, he was going sort of Garrity, you know, when Dowman scored and that, but which was good. But you know, he is very impartial, and he's a good commentator. I think he's one of the best. Him and Ali McCoy, I think, are brilliant.
Yeah. No, I know you're a big fan of the two. Now we have to kind of start to break the game down, because there's a few things, and I'm going to bring up on screen. And the main one I think we kind of missed out potentially, which was the
Havertz penalty.
When I first saw it, I thought, I mean, but the problem is it was so quick, and they were like, no penalty, and then they never really watched it back. They gave it seconds. How long do they take on these decisions normally? So I was a little annoyed when I look back at this angle. This is where you saw him actually tread on his foot. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's purpose by any means. It might be a little bit soft, but you know, he's made contact in the box. Havertz has gone down for me, and then you go, oh, Jesus, we should have had that. But it was the fact that it was like straight away, no, we didn't even check it, and I'm like, on to the next one. So you kind of felt like the day's going this way. It's going to be, we're going for a draw at this rate. Everton, that's fair play to him. I felt Everton were a solid team. I like Moyes as a manager. I thought the team was set up really well, you know, and I felt they'd come there for a draw, maybe try and nick one if they could. But that's kind of where I felt it was going. But what was your thoughts, guys, on the penalty side? Get Vinny involved in this one. Vinny, what was your thoughts, mate?
What on the actual penalty
call on this bit?
I think it was a penalty. I think it should have been given. It was sad that, you know, it wasn't given the amount of time we've seen other decisions given. I mean, there's other decisions where they're pondering for 3, 4, 5 minutes before they actually come to a conclusion. But with this one, they seem to turn it round really quickly and write it off, which I thought was a bit of an injustice. Again, though, remember, I saw it for the first time after knowing we'd won 2-0. So, you know, if I was there live, I'd have been absolutely screaming. I'd have been just going absolutely bonkers at the fact that wasn't given. But seeing it, you know, after the fact, after I already knew the result, I was able to just watch it for what it was. And in all honesty, I think there was enough in that to say, yeah, penalty, it should have been given. And I think if they'd taken longer over it, looked at it from more angles, I think they would have come to the same conclusion.
But do you think, Vinny, that like obviously with what I know it's different in terms of it's the European competition, but obviously with our penalty that was given in the Champions League, do you think that sometimes like the English referees kind of probably take a look at that, and with all the kind of publicity around that decision, that they've gone, oh, it's a bit soft, we're not going to give it, because do you know what I mean? Like in terms of
I know.
Obviously with the Madueke penalty that was given, like that's quite soft, but in my eyes, and this is not being like a Martin Keown here, but it was a penalty because he did catch and trap his foot.
Yeah.
And when you're touched in the box, like, and that isn't a euphemism, but when you're when you get contact in the penalty area, like it is quite a natural thing these days to kind of go down, isn't it? Like it's very rare. It's very rare that people like stay on their feet. And I think obviously Madueke's felt the touch, and it has. You can see it. It's it's moved his ankle and everything. So he's then gone down. But because it looks like a little bit of a dive, that's why everyone else is kicking off. And the fact it was given. But I think in this instance, like the English British referees are kind of, I feel like they're sort of like, because they've made so many terrible decisions, they're kind of under maybe a bit more pressure. I don't know, to kind of like go, oh no, right, let's put that one to bed early. Like it wasn't enough. But in my eyes, it's even more of a penalty than the one in midweek.
Yeah.
Because he's actually trod on his foot, which is going to make you, fall over. At the speed he was going as well. And actually, similarly with the Madueke one, when you slow it down, you sort of go, oh yeah, it's not.
There is contact, yeah.
But when you go at real pace, he was actually running pretty quick, and any slight knock or touch, you're going to go over, aren't you? It's like when my little boy runs past me and I sort of give him a little flick, he goes flying.
Damn, done. Do you book him? Just send him off.
Yeah, what are you diving for, Watson?
Yeah. Oh dear. Just to share a comment from Maddie Merch, who's a regular on the comments here. So they said I cried at VG, so Victor Gyökeres's 14 goal, and laughed at MD 56's goal, just from relief to pure joy. And I think that kind of sums up, probably all Arsenal fans at that moment, because buzzing to score, and obviously that was the cherry on top. I think really on that. So thank you, Maddie, for sharing that, because I think we're probably all very similar. But yeah, I think that thoughts on the pen. I didn't see it first of all, Josh. It was only when, like you say, slowed it down angles. It was just the way they moved on so bloody quick from it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think they've moved on too quickly because of outside influence. It's not, but.
And if it wasn't the result we had, we'd be looking back and going, we've been robbed, from
100%.
So, but the fact that the result was what it was, you go, look, we can move on from it, but it is an injustice. We should have been 3-0, which I predicted as well. And so, but obviously, the Madueke one, I didn't. Again, at the first, I was like, no, it's a pen, and then I was like, oh no, I don't know if it is, because again, it's the angles, it's slowing it down, but it definitely went a more his torso, wasn't it? It kind of caught him.
Yeah, he's kind of fallen on his foot, isn't he?
But thank Christ we got it, and I think he went down and played for it. Felt contact, went down. I think it was a pen, which is good. And I don't want to concentrate too much on the Leverkusen game because we're playing tomorrow. We're at half time, so I'm not too stressed about it. But I think it ended up being a result that was all right. I'm not too worried about it. I still think we'll take it home, 1-1, and I think we do the job. Is my predictions, which that's why I think we'll get maybe more into a prediction on it later. But that's kind of where my head's at the minute.
I think, to be fair, because of the way that we won against Everton, I think that's given us a massive boost going into any game going forward. Now it's like almost like a catalyst for right, we're going to go and do this. We're going to, and I think we'll play a lot better, a lot more attacking, sort of have the shackles off, as it were.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think, I feel suddenly I feel invincible again after that game. I don't feel there's an element of I can do anything. And then obviously with a City result, we're fine. We're 9 points clear. They've got one game in hand. Let's say they win that game, it's 6 points. They play us. And I think the Carabao Cup's going to be a huge thing. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. Even if they beat us at home, we're still 3 points clear. We've lost 3 games all season in all comps. I'm pretty, I think the numbers have done it, but I think we've got to win something like 4. Is it 4 more games? Maybe.
It's 4, yeah.
And then we're good, which
because one of them's Man City. So if we beat them, they lose another 3 points, and
it's game over, isn't it? Okay, but out of interest, I don't know if you've probably seen the graphics. We talked about obviously the youngest goal scorer. Did you see the list of who else was in there? Out of interest, I've got it? I can put it on screen, but I want to see if anyone else knew. Out of interest, anyone else in that list?
Yeah, there's Rooney.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember who was second. I didn't really know him.
Yeah, I mean, it's not someone. I'll put it up, so we can all see it. And well, you might not be see it. I'll read through it. But you had Max, obviously. Max
James Vaughan.
Milner. James Milner.
Wow,
that's kind of crazy, isn't it?
Wow.
Cesc is in there as well. Obviously, another Arsenal 17. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy.
17. Yeah,
that's absolutely mad. But we love to see it. But I mean, this kid, and this is what I made this yesterday. Literally, we were talking about the school on Monday. So I created this. I was like, I had the picture. I was like, AI Banksy post this. And this is what I posted up on social. I just thought, what an image. And it got North London Banksy. I don't know if you see on social media, if you've ever seen it, but he's the guy like this normally, but he does all the murals around the ground under the tunnel. And he put something, I haven't actually got it here, but he put one up just before that game of him, which was kind of crazy, really, when you look at it. And just to share what we talked about, the Mavropanis, but obviously by the looks of it, it's such a shame it's not real. And they go one again, close up. The close up just makes it's such a shame. I'm going as AI, but absolutely love it. But interesting, another couple of few little posts that come up. So obviously, it showed obviously the results and stuff from the weekend. But what was this? Is where we had Damon Jokeres, 56 and 14, 70 points, and that's where we're on. I thought that was kind of the world, the universe is kind of doing weird things sometimes. So
have you seen that guy on social media? He's an Arsenal fan, and he does all things like this, where he like adds up certain numbers and does all these
It might be him, mate, because I saw it and I just saved it. I was like,
it's hilarious, honestly. It's so funny the way he does it. But then you're like, bloody hell.
Yeah, how the hell that? Yeah. And I don't know if anyone's seen this image yet of this was the celebration, they all bowled into the corner with obviously Down, and literally a team surrounded him with all the fans. It was for me, it's for Saliba, his face. He's always one for a pose, isn't he, Saliba? But I just think how much that meant to everybody, and for him. But when anyone scores their first goal, everyone's like, "Oh, it just went off." And I think Arteta kind of summed it up pretty well, saying it. Like a moment like this is just going to be unbelievable. Everyone's going to remember where they were. Or if you're in the stadium, I saw that kid score that goal. It was very much like this. But to bring back into context as well where we sit. So we're 9 points ahead of Man City. We're 19 points ahead of Man United. 22 points ahead of Chelsea and Liverpool. 41 points ahead of Tottenham. But it says, but yet people try to say we don't deserve the Premier League. Just mental. But I just think, what a weekend, boys! I don't think I've still come down off it. Honestly, I was up to about 3 o'clock just looking at stuff, social media wise, and sharing bits. It was so good. But sorry,
I read yesterday that we've got more points this season than Tottenham have in the last 2.
Yes, yeah, I see.
Like combined, yeah.
Yeah, I've actually got that image for you as well. To be fair, so. Oh, it's too good. But yeah, we've been with again numbers and figures. This was the actual graphic I saw. I think combined these things, you just think, my God.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so glad I got given to the right team. You know, it's just mad. Imagine trying that. I wouldn't do a podcast on that rubbish. Like, I couldn't do it. Too depressing.
Yeah.
Just be swinging probably. But
they had a good result of the weekend.
I mean,
Liverpool. I can't believe Liverpool just were terrible.
Yeah, I think one of the things, it's got to be one of the worst defences of a title I've
I said that today. It's got to be.
But it doesn't
one
get
of the worst. Yeah,
they kind of get away scot-free. It seems. I know we're maybe not in that circle, but who's talking about it? Really going, well, Liverpool were awful. They're just going, no, you know, they've just.
If Tottenham nicks a draw against us or Man City at this stage, you know, well, I don't know, even against Man City, like us or Chelsea, it'd be talked about. Like, but because it's Liverpool, it doesn't get talked about.
No, and it's just again winds me up and grinds my gears. But yeah, overall, very, very happy with the result. Happy with the game, and I think predictions, just to kind of run through it, because Alex, I think you texted me, didn't you, with yours? I can't recall what they were, but I have to bring them up, mate. But obviously, Leverkusen obviously was 1-1. I mean, we were a bit more optimistic. Vinny called it, but actually, what I'd written down, Vinny, I changed your mind because I was a good salesman, and you went 2-1, not 1-0. So sorry, mate. And obviously, Josh went 2-0. I went 4-0. I was obviously on crack. That I must have been. But no one, I think, got the goal scorer because obviously Habit scored. Alex, I have to look yours up, mate, because it's on my phone.
Nah.
I'm looking through both my phone as well. So, but yeah, epic stuff. Let me just find it now. But we've got to look at predictions going forward. But obviously in the Everton game, Josh got the score right, 2-0. Vinny had 2-1.
Who did I say is goal scorer?
You put Eze.
Oh, bollocks.
Vinny put Zubi. I put Downwind, which I've shared with you, my kind of which I'm still buzzing about. What a prediction to make. It's just unbelievable. Alex, where is yours, mate? I'm trying to find your prediction. We text too much is probably what it is. It'll be some. But no, really, really positive. I'll dig it out and find it.
Yeah, I can't remember.
No, it's in it, mate. It's too many things. Because I'll tell you what, because I've got a picture of me and Vinny that you sent where you were at the pub. Yeah. Oh mate. Oh, Alex, you said 2-0.
Leverkusen.
Yep, and 3-0 Everton Zubi. So unfortunately, nil point.
Yeah, all right, mate.
Yeah, all right. Don't rub it in. So going forward, though, we've got a Leverkusen tomorrow. I take it we're all kind of watching and hoping it's going to be a good result. But what's our kind of general thoughts, Alex? Are you nervous? Are you feeling confident? I
was less nervous because we came out of that 1-1. Because if that was 1-0, they would be parking the bus. They would have probably just held on for 90 minutes of just put 11 men behind the ball, because that's what everyone does against us, and we are struggling. We do seem to get to a point sometimes where we run out of ideas.
Yeah.
We're missing that. Like when Odegaard's like firing on all cylinders and he makes that cutting edge pass, and we're missing that little bit of our game at the moment. And so coming out of that 1-1, they've got to score. They've got to try and score.
Which open things up hopefully for us.
It should do, shouldn't it? You'd hope so. But I'm positive. I think, especially after the Everton game, I think the team spirit will be up. Like we're doing so well in the league, and as in like we're so far ahead now. Cup final at the weekend. Yeah,
it's big stuff.
Yeah, I think we'll win. I don't think we'll make it as difficult as we did in Leverkusen.
Yeah. Well, I've got an interesting graphic from. Remove that. Sorry, apologies. The game, obviously, the previous game at Leverkusen, there was a really good graphic that that showed quite a big issue really that we're facing. Which this, if you can see it, this is the passing network. So this is passes completed and not completed. But look at it. It's pretty obvious. There's a massive problem here.
It's just wing to wing, isn't it?
It's worrying. I know we said the horseshoe, but this is, I've never seen a graphic and I was like, Jesus. And that's scary. And I think this is where the Odegaards and the bits come in, because what was interesting, they changed the actual Everton lineup. Well, I thought was really interesting. Obviously, Madueke had earned a position to play, but he kept obviously Saka in. I was like, oh, okay. So is Saka down central? Is Eze going to left? I didn't know how they were going to line up initially, but obviously, I still don't think Madueke is great on the left, and maybe he needs more time that way to get used to it. But he's right side, isn't it?
He's brilliant on the right.
He's so much better on the right, and obviously just playing where he's preferred. And I'm happy to put Saka central. I think it could be an evolution of Saka personally. But Eze actually, when they made the change and Zubi come off, didn't you find he actually played better in the more 8 kind of role, set back slightly further deeper to bring the ball up, rather than trying to, he's already up there kind of strolling. But I just found he played better personally. What's your thoughts on that, boys? Sorry, Vinny, do you want to go?
Go on, Vin.
Go on.
I mean, to be honest with you, when I watched the game back, I thought that was one of his best performances of the entire season.
Who's this?
Just him. I thought that was one of his best performances. I thought he played really well. The thing is, he wasn't gun shy at all. So anywhere in and around the box, he was happy to have a crack. Often ballooned it up into Rose Z, unfortunately, but I'd rather see him have a go than us just play it in the usual horseshoe fashion. And you could see he was really trying to open things up. I mean, he's the one that triggered the whole penalty not being given for Havertz with his incisive pass straight into the box for him. I thought he had a really great game. Really good game.
Really cool. I agree. It sliced open the defence completely for Eze, but maybe that's what how we do. And Zubi's not.
I think where he's getting more minutes. He's getting more minutes now, so he's kind of. I think he's growing into that role a lot more. I completely echo what Vinny just said. Really, I thought that was one of his sort of best games in that role. And it was kind of a shame, really. There was that one shot he had. It was actually with his left foot, which was a bit weird. But that was so close, and it was like, oh, if that had gone in, that would have been a wonder goal.
Yeah, you could see it was that. Oh,
but yeah, he was quite instrumental, really, on us getting a result in that game.
Yeah, no, it's such a big. Any other highlights? I mean, players who stood out for the game that you want to kind of mention or bring up any instances? Obviously, we've talked about the Calafiori Scorpion kick. We've done. Dauman. I think there's an element of unsung hero. Obviously, I want to talk about Gyökeres a little bit, because for me, I think it was a case of he's come on and he'd done his job. He was a tap in. He had his tap in for the goal, changed the game. I think a couple of seasons ago, the ball rolls across the goal and we don't get that. No one's there.
Someone there.
Yeah.
And obviously from the Dauman goal itself, obviously he was the guy who got the initial kind of header, wasn't it? Which went into Martinelli and then on to Dauman. So actually, I think he had more of an impact than I kind of initially realised, I think, when I sort of analysed it a bit more. So actually, I thought Gyökeres was impressive. And I don't know if you've heard the stat against him and Haaland at the moment. So the last 12 games, Haaland scored, guess how many goals?
1.
3 goals.
3. Yeah.
In 12. How many do you think Gyökeres has scored?
10? No. 8.
I love that. 6, double the amount of Haaland, though. For a guy who's actually, coming on as sub, had a bit of Havertz's back and stuff like that. So, but I just thought, he's on course to hit his 20 goals a season, that's what we bought him for. So, although he's struggled at times, when we reflect back on his season, I think we'll go, he's all right.
I think for with Gyökeres, the past sort of month, he's just looked that much sharper. Like before that, his touch was pretty awful, and he looked a little bit slow and like he was carrying a bit too much weight. but yeah, he just looks so much sharper, and kind of he's holding the ball up a lot better. He's kind of his layoffs and stuff are actually, he might still misplace the odd one here and there, but just everything seems to be that little bit better and more refined. And yeah, I'm pleased for him really, and I hope it sort of he continues in that vein. I think actually midweek he's gonna I'll predict him to score, and I think he'll have another good game. I think he'll start. I think that was kind of possibly part of the reason why Havertz started on Sunday, to sort of give him a little bit of a rest, so he's really fresh for tomorrow.
Yeah. Do we think we see them playing together, or are we going to be like they're rotating this role?
I think they'll have to rotate, only because Jesus has been such a dud.
He really has.
So if you bring them both on, the only other option would then be to bring Jesus on, right, in place of one of them, and you probably don't want him near the pitch at the moment.
Yeah, I think really quite character for it, isn't he? Too.
I think for me, Gyökeres starts, but I could see Havertz potentially starting as well, but playing in in the Eze role potentially.
Yeah.
But we'll see, I suppose.
I think we've got to be careful, because Timber, I think, he was injured, so because they got Mosquera on instead of White, which was interesting actually. I think they were going more defensive than attack on that right hand side almost. It was a bit of a strange one, but then it didn't impact it. So I think Mosquera played all right, but obviously Max, and that's the thing with Max. Every time he got the ball, he was just going forward, just so confident. I mean, Calafiori obviously had a decent game, I thought, as well. Sort of nice to see him back a bit better, which was good. I still think Zubi's not quite right. I thought he played a bit better, but he's still not 100%. And we'll have to
like the amount of games that he's playing, maybe, like compared to say like last season where he was at Real Sociedad. Okay, they were in Europe, but they wouldn't have played as many games as what he has so far, like at this point in the season. So maybe it's a little bit of fatigue.
Well, the intensity is not going to be there. You would never have played as much football as intensely, because the speed of the Premier League, you can't underestimate. It's absolutely ridiculous, right, compared to Spain. So he's finding his feet.
Like you just said, really, like the pressing that's in the Premier League compared to other leagues, especially in Spain, they don't press as much as we do over here. Like that sort of intense, a
lot more time on the ball. And I think I've noticed, obviously, with them, because obviously at the start of the season, we were like, Zubi and Rice are unbelievable together. Rice is getting more time. Zubi was an unbelievable player, one of the best players of the season and buys we've had. But I think even that, with that lack of performance, I think Rice is still doing okay, but he's not the Rice at the start of the season still. I don't think he's got the freedom as much. And
he's almost doing too much.
I think he's everywhere, isn't he? And you think, why don't you have Zubi have a day off, put Rice in the 6, and then have an Eze and Havertz or something like that? That would be pretty cool. Or a Saka, I think we've got actually quite a lot to play around with. And I think maybe Arteta knows this. He's not stupid, but obviously he's got so many options of actually which way we're going to structure it to look different and not the same old rubbish that some of the forwards have been playing, because our attack hasn't been amazing, even though we just had an unbelievable sort of game. But it still took almost 90 minutes to score, which is, we can't risk that, especially in the games we've been a little bit flaky. So that's my only concern, I think.
Do you know what's been really frustrating this season? Is the quality that we have, the players that Arsenal has got in the team, and we've seen it all season, but in different games. We've seen like Eze have a really good game. I've been really critical of Eze, and he's starting to grow into his role, like we're saying. And Gyökeres started off like poor, and then he's finally growing into it. Rice started unbelievable, and so did Zubamendi and Madueke. And then, like, I don't know, there hasn't been one game that, and this is lucky for the opposition, there hasn't been one game where every single player on that pitch is firing on all cylinders. If every single player was 100% there for 90 minutes, we're unbeatable. I don't think there is a team in Europe that would beat us if every single player was playing how they can play. And it has been frustrating this season that we got Eze, and he didn't just jump in from like what Semenyo's done for Man City. He's just slotted straight in and he's just carried on score. I know he's a different player, but and different position, but he just slotted straight in, and it was a bit frustrating with Eze, but it has just been a bit frustrating that you know how good these players are, and you just haven't had it consistently, or you haven't had everyone doing it in one game.
Well, that was our expectation. So earlier on in the season, we were looking towards the latter stages of the season, knowing that we had some players to come back from injury. And we were doing well at the beginning of the season, and our thought was, wow, when we get these players back, we're going to cook. But we kind of didn't. And we kind of haven't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yet we're still grinding out results when you go.
Exactly. Yeah,
it makes sense. It's so bizarre, isn't it? As sort of the situation we're in, but it's, I don't know. I'm really positive, and I suppose we've got to talk about. I mean, the Leverkusen game to sort of kind of get out of the way from a prediction point of view, because I mean personally, we're bringing it home. It's all square. We should beat them at home. But if let's look at our predictions on this, boys, while we're at it, and we'll move on to the Carabao Cup game. So I think it's really important. But let's go around. Let's start with Alex. Let's go with your predictions for the Leverkusen. The second leg, what are we thinking, mate?
I think 2-1 to Arsenal.
2-1. Scorers, mate?
I think that Martinelli.
Okay.
He didn't score the other day.
He hasn't scored for a little while, actually, but he has been more prolific in Europe, as we know. So that's a good shout.
He hit the crossbar, didn't he, the other day?
Should have been a goal. And I think that
should have been.
I don't know if it was a little bit rusty or pressure, or we finished that a different game again, obviously. But no, hopefully it does, mate. Josh, thoughts? Second
I think it'll be 3-0. And I mean, I said it a minute ago, but the Glock to score.
Glock. At least you're right. Glock.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think also just with the other teams that are playing in Europe this week. Obviously, Man City are 3-0 down to Real Madrid, but in a sort of weird way, I'd actually quite like them to battle it out and possibly come back from that. Only because I think it will do us a favour on Sunday, because they'll be absolutely shattered.
That would be good. I mean, they need to go for it, don't they? What else? I mean, they could probably see the league is slipping away, so they've gone, we need to put our eggs in a basket. Do they win the Carabao Cup the weekend? Do they carry on with the Champions League? The FA Cup still, isn't it? So they've still got, they're all still on for this quadruple, aren't they? Like us. But obviously,
I think again, I said it earlier, but I think with the way and the manner that we won at the weekend, I think that'll sort of push us on to play a little bit more expansive kind of attacking football. Obviously, there's still going to be moments where we probably sit back and we're all going, "Oh, what are we doing? Like, why are we giving them the ball?" But I think we'll be a lot more attacking and kind of a bit more exciting.
Yeah,
and I just think being at home, I just can't see us conceding.
The crowd are going to be buzzing.
I think Leverkusen, they're not a bad side, and I think they showed that in the way that they played, because they were very attacking, but they've got quite a track record more recently of kind of coming out the blocks really quickly and then fading away near the end of games. And we've got a pretty good record of scoring later on. So I think it might be maybe like a 1-0 at half time, but then come sort of 60-70 minutes we'll get another one and then put it to bed probably a little bit later on where they're trying to attack to bring it back. It'll open it up.
Yeah,
potentially even another Max Dowman cameo.
I think it will happen, especially after being
Yeah.
back a week, and everyone's going to be even just to get the crowd going. I think.
I mean, he was in training today, so he must still be in his, in Arteta's thoughts for some upcoming fixtures. So yeah,
he's 100% playing. I think 100%. Vinny, tell us all about it, mate. What are you thinking?
Do you know?
We're not getting knocked out, mate. So it'd be, they say whatever you want.
So here's the thing. My take on it is this. As you know, for months I've been saying, we're going to win the Carabao Cup. It's in the bag. We're going to win the league. There's ups and downs, but it's ours. I smell upset. Now, wasn't it Leverkusen at the weekend? Didn't they play Bayern? What was the score? They played Bayern. Was it 2-2 or something?
I think it was 1-0. I think it was a draw. I think
something like that. Played out of their skins, the mighty Bayern. And I just have a feeling. This might not be our day. I just have a feeling it might not be our day.
Mate.
I think we might go down on pens, or we'll go down by a goal. I just got a feeling it's not going to be our day.
I don't like the sound of that, Vinny.
I don't like the sound of it. But come May, when we've won the league and won the Carabao Cup, that will do me just fine.
We'll see, mate. I mean, their form it was 1-0. Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
Down to 9 men, by the way. They got 2 people sent off. I did.
Wow.
So one of them, Nicholas Jackson, 42nd minute.
Loves to send it off, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. But what's interesting, so they went 1-0 ahead with Schick. Garcia scored. Schick was the assist. Jackson got sent off. So they got the whole second half with obviously less, 10 men. Luis Diaz got sent off, second yellow for diving, 84th minute.
Yeah.
And then there was a goal disallowed for them, offside, 93rd minute. That would have been crazy. But where do they sit now? Because they were 6th last week when we stood. They changed. They are currently sat still in 6th. So, So
why do you do this? I give my prediction, then you sell me something else. Just trying to get me to change my mind again.
So what was your prediction? I didn't.
He's just a very positive guy, and he's trying to get the negative out.
Yes.
Yeah, get rid of that stuff. Yeah.
Stop being a realist.
Yeah.
See, now I'm thinking we might go through on pens. You've sold it to me.
I don't know, Vinny. Go what you think, mate. Don't.
No, I honestly, I smell upset.
See,
I think this might.
Saying that though, I feel like we'll get through, and I believe in my prediction. But I've just got a funny feeling. Obviously, Bodo Glimt to 3-0 up against Sporting.
Yeah,
they'll probably go through. Who will then face in the next round, and that might be the upset.
That might be the one. Yeah, that's what it is.
See that real underdog one. So
the plastic pitch.
Then your mystic Meg might come true.
That's it. See, I knew I could smell upset, but it's just not this round. So Arsenal go through 1-0 to the Arsenal.
We got full circle. Jesus. Okay, Vinny, who's your 1-0 scorer? Where are you going for?
A 1-0 scorer. Why not Havertz?
Yeah.
Again, eh? That'd be beautiful.
Why not? No problem. Now I'm going to go 2-0 because it's different to everyone else. I'm going to put down because he's my guy. I don't think he's going to be a little cameo and come and score. Come down. We can do this. Maximus. I believe in him. Now
he hasn't played him in the Champions League, has he?
No, but I think, mate, after the weekend, all bets are off. Do you know what I mean? He's in the squad. When they got the change of squad, I think it's in January. You can add more people if you sign anyone. Damon got added in, I think, too.
Yeah,
he can 100% play. So
yeah, I mean, but from that performance, Damon will get more minutes. I don't see him starting any games, or at least maybe FA Cup, Southampton, maybe something like that. But he won't start any of the major games. But I think he'll definitely be a feature.
Yeah,
for the rest of the season.
I think with Max Dowman and Arteta, I think he will start him No, not start him. Sorry, he'll bring him on if there needs to be a change in the game. If we're not winning, if we're winning comfortably or a couple in, I think maybe we'll just leave him.
Yeah,
but I think if he goes, well, I need to change it. I've got everyone who's full attack on. I think he'll come on. And I think kind of similar to what they did with Everton. He rolled the dice on it a little bit, and it paid off. And then you go, Arteta's a genius. Every person who come on the first goal, especially Max crossing, like you said, in Capier knobbed it into Gyökeres, who's happy to chip it so. It was easy peasy, just those little changes. But I think we're one of the clubs. Is it 21 goals from subs this year? One of the highest I think we've had. So subs coming on scoring goals has changed the game, and that shows the strength of our bench as well. I think the nearest team to like 14 from a sub. So we're which is.
I remember years ago when you used to look at our bench and just think, what the fuck can they do? You just look at it and go, who are you? Yes, the no-go and Shamak. What the hell are they going to do?
That's what the finishers come on, and that's 60%. Okay, we can and you can bring on and it does change the game. And we've had it with AK during the week. We've had it with Downman and Gyökeres. Like it is exciting, but I do sometimes wish he changes it a bit quicker. Or the game slows down, and you just want to pick it up, get some fresh legs on. And that's the frustration I think sometimes. But we have to group on then. So we've got about 10 minutes left, boys. We're going to go through obviously the Carabao Cup, which is a big one. It's the first time we've been in Wembley since the FA Cup win. It's a big
What's
deal.
that? 4 years ago? Or was it 5 years ago?
5 years. It was 2019, 20. Yeah, it was that season, wasn't it? But it was the 2020 when it was
COVID season.
Yeah, shocking season. So, right, let's reverse it. Let's go Vinny first. I know you're positive because we're going to win the Carabao Cup anyway. You've already told us. Vinny.
Yeah. The prediction,
Yes, please, mate. I mean, tell me what your thoughts on the game are as well, and then finish with a prediction because I want to get all your takes on it.
Well, I'll tell you what. One thing I saw. This is really going around the houses with this one, but we're going back a few seasons now. Man City and Liverpool were battling it out at the top. I think it might have been like by the end of the season, might have been a 1-goal difference. But at the same point in the season, roughly around now, maybe a couple of weeks on from now, Man City had to play Liverpool, and that was going to be like. It was being billed as like the title decider, and I'll never forget that match. End-to-end stuff. They were battering each other's goal. But there's one thing which I saw from City, which I don't think I've ever seen in a team, and that was literally they just refused to lose. When I say that, there was one point where Liverpool had about 8 men in the box, were knocking it around. They must have had about 4 shots on goal in as many seconds. And Man City literally put bodies on the line. They were throwing themselves left and right, and they just wouldn't let Liverpool score. They wouldn't let the ball in the goal. You could see they just, in their minds, they refused to lose. And I saw a bit of that from the Arsenal. I literally saw a bit of that during the Arsenal game. And you know the Calafiori save, right?
Yeah.
Just one of those moments where you just think he refuses to lose. And there was another moment when Gyökeres scored, one of the first people to go and celebrate with him was Dowman. And Dowman literally grabbed him round the neck as if he was going to strangle him at the throat because he was so elated. It's these little things, that show the energy that the team has. And I think we're going to bring all that into Sunday's game. I think we're going to roll over those boys. I'm going 3-1 to the Arsenal. It's going to be a special day.
Love it, mate. Love it. Goal scorer. You can pick one. Which is your favourite goal scorer for Sunday?
Goal scorer for Sunday. I think Dowman will get one. I don't see why not.
Magic.
I don't see why not. We're living the dream. We're living the dream on Sunday. Dowman to score.
Dowman it is. Okay, Joshua. Hit me. Thoughts on game?
I've got a feeling it's going to be a bit like when we played them at home last season, and we beat them 5-1.
Oh,
yeah.
I've got a feeling we might potentially concede first, and then come back like almost instantly, and then we're just going to run away with it. And it's going to be really, really exciting, and our fans are going to be rocking Wembley.
I would love it, mate. I would absolutely love it, because it's going to be. I don't know what the allocation are, for this, because obviously they travelled a long way. I remember listening before, and there was Man City fans moaning they had to go back to Wembley again because we were always here, and I was like, "You idiot! I bet you regret that now." And just enjoy it where you can, because it's not going to last forever. I mean, it lasted quite a while, but. Like we're going to be buzzing. That is going to be bouncing that stadium for every fan. Technically we're away, home, but we're more home than away. But yeah, I think it's going to be unreal atmosphere there.
Yeah. I think we're all going to be like buzzing for it, and like I say, I think we're kind of at a point now where I think with Sunday's result, the way that we won it, I think it's going to be the catalyst for kind of a change in the way that we're going to be playing. I think we're just going to go for everything, and still be really solid at the back. Like, obviously the people are going to have chances, but we're going to be really solid. As Vinny said, we're putting everything on the line. We'll be setting up goals with our dicks. We'll be, we'll be taking it on the chin.
This one's been demonetized now.
But
Don't be a knob, Josh. Don't be a knob. So what's your overall score? You saying 5-1? You saying 5-1?
Well, no. I said it will be like that, but
okay,
I think it's going to be 4-1.
Okay.
And I think Eze will get an absolute screamer.
Is a screamer. Okay.
Outside the box, possibly 30 yards out, and smash it top corner. Donnarumma's not going to know what day of the week it is.
Yeah. Mate, he's got more mistakes than him than I've ever thought, to be fair. So, but no, it's exciting. 4-1, Eze, done, Josh. Alex, a little bit about your thoughts on the game Sunday, and obviously predictions, mate.
Is Ariza Balaga going to be in goal?
It's a good question.
Oh,
good. It's a good
wow.
shout. Yeah, I reckon so.
Wow.
He's been in goal the whole way through.
Yeah.
Is he going to be in goal? That changes the game.
Ah, shit.
Wow.
Mate, he's got us here, so let's be honest. He's
been brilliant. He saved a couple of penalties in the shootout. Like, he's a great goalkeeper, but Raya just adds that security at the back. I know he's made a couple of mistakes recently, but he's our number one keeper. He plays every game. But I still think even with Kepa in goal, we've got a solid defence. I don't know. It's going to be. It depends what Arsenal's going to turn up. Is it going to be? Are we just going to be going for a? We don't like letting the other team have possession. Well, I know we let them do it, but we like to have the ball, and I think we'd be better off letting them have the ball, and for us to be on the counter attack. And for us to be like, or I like it when Sunderland came, we went and played Sunderland. They closed us down like as soon as we got near the ball, and Arsenal were doing that at the beginning of the season. They weren't letting anyone have any time on the ball. They were just closing them down and getting on it. And if we play like that, we'll smash City at the weekend. But I think a lot rides on the Real Madrid game.
Yeah.
If that goes to penalties, a lot rides on our game tomorrow. What if ours goes to penalties and we've got tired legs as well? It's.
I'd say the only advantage is that we've got an extra day, haven't we, of rest?
Yeah, Wednesday, that's what I was just checking. Actually, I thought that was the case.
City's at home as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
So no one's got to travel anywhere. So there is quite a few factors, but. Who wants it more? I think we want it more.
Yeah.
It's our first final. It's the close. It's going to be the closest we've been to winning a trophy since we won the FA Cup. So that for me is Arsenal are going to win it. They want it. Like we want it. We need to stop all this noise. Get that first trophy out of the way. Right, that's the first one done. The second one's nearly in the bag, and then see how we get on in the other two tournaments. So yeah, I'm going to say. I think 3-1. Well, no, 3-2. 3-2.
Oh, good call.
Nervy.
Good
Nervy,
call.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that could be we're 3-0 up, and then they get 2 back, and then it's squeaky bum.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I think 3-2, and I think Big Gabby.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
Good call.
Ireland are always at it, aren't they? Chucking the ball,
Yeah,
and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking forward to it. I think it means a lot more than I think it does. But I think it's going to be a very different game than it would be in the league as well, because it's just it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It really doesn't matter who you go out there and you just play your game. So I hope they kind of handbrake off a little bit, play a bit more freedom, show us actually what kind of team we've got around. And I think we kind of set up similar and more attacking for a change, because the back is solid. We're not going to have Timber there. It'll be interesting to see if White comes in, because I know he's kind of been back. He was there celebrating with Dowman at the weekend, or they put Mascara there. So I think it'll be really interesting. I think if Ben White plays, it would be great down that right-hand side with Saka, because they do connect well.
Brilliant
I would also put White down for a goal. A bit of another. He's going to be my goal scorer, because I think if he plays, he's going to be this unexpected. Where's he been all season? White scores a goal. It'll be like a little cheeky header or an accidental cross that's gone in, or something like that he's done in the past. Something like that. I would love to see, just for Ben White, because he hasn't been. Where has he been? And I love him as a player. So that's going to be my random one. I'm going to say 2-1, and I say Ben White to score. He might not even play, but again, Dowman might not have played at the weekend, but look what happened. So White for me, bit out there. I think it's going to be a tense game, but I do think we come out on top. I hope we do. End of the day, if we don't win, it is what it is. It's fine. We're winning the league. I think we're going to go far in the Champions League. I think we get past Leverkusen comfortably, and I think we get to the final. Then FA Cup, we'll see. We'll get to that. We've got very good. We've been so lucky in the draws as well. So I think we're fine on all fronts still. And I think the team off the weekend are going to be absolutely buzzing with the result. And it's like we've got a new player in Dowman. We know he's injured. He's come back. It's so exciting. Every time he's on the ball, I'm excited. And I think for me, he's a game changer if we need to chuck him in there. But I think we will start strong, and I think we'll have a really good game. I think it's going to be a lot of back and forth, a lot of possession from each team, but I think it's going to be very even. I do think so. But Haaland, he's just not doing anything, So, yeah, I set pieces. We get a goal from there. Set piece for Ben White, maybe. That's my kind of prediction. And same for Gabby. I think I could see Gabby scoring, Alex. I could see that as well. But again, Ezra and Dowman, we've got so many goal scorers. The goals are spread so far apart. Yeah, I'm just excited, and I'd love to come in Monday morning, buzz in, and then talk about it next week. It'll be unreal, fellas. So fingers crossed. But all right, we're wrapping up. But any questions for anyone? I'm always looking at Vinny. Any questions that anyone wanted to raise? You good? Got it all out?
No questions for me.
But no, what an epic week. And I think if we can just smash Leverkusen onto Man City, who do you play after City? Because we've got the break then, haven't we? So don't play another game for like a month.
We got Bournemouth, we've got.
Is it Southampton in the FA Cup? Is that the game after that?
Yeah, I think it is, isn't it?
Is it?
I think
yeah.
So. They said something like we're playing 4 different competitions, like on the chart.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, and then we got Bournemouth after that. So
then Bournemouth.
So realistically, we're going to be talking Leverkusen FA Cup next week, and obviously then we'll be predicting the Southampton Arsenal, FA Cup game, and then on to Bournemouth, which is a week after that. So actually, we've got a bit of a break after that as well. But obviously, is it international break as well from in between? Is that
Oh, Vinny, yeah.
One last thing for me. Sorry, tomorrow's so tomorrow's Leverkusen game.
Yeah.
The tickets are on general sale if you're interested. General sale. If you've got 200 quid and nothing to do tomorrow, get along to the Emirates.
Come on. Yeah, exactly that. Are you going, Vinny?
I don't have 200 quid, mate.
Oh, man. Where are you sitting on the pitch? That's just mental, isn't it? Lastminute.com. But no, I'll be sitting at the comfort of my home, screaming down the house if we win. And I think
I've taken your advice, though, Vin. I've entered the ballot for the Fulham game.
Oh, nice one. Yeah, I'm in that as well.
Yeah.
Literally last minute today. I think it closed today at 12.
Yeah, I
Did it close today at 12?
Was it the other day? I can't remember, but I did it on Sunday, I think. Or
When did
Saturday.
you find out?
Good.
When would you find out on the ballot?
I can't remember what it said.
I can't remember what it said, but normally we'll probably find out in about 10 days or so.
Yeah.
And then,
so is Fulham where you predicting we win the league? Is that what you're thinking?
No, I just fancied doing it, and I keep sort of thinking what Vinny says about being a red member and entering the ballot. So I thought, sort of.
Got to be done. And to be fair, towards the end of the season, I've had it in previous years. Maybe when stuff wasn't on the line, it's a lot easier to get tickets towards the end if you want a game. But by that time, people are going, "Oh, we're out," and it's easy to get. I was getting tickets offered, and I was like, "I'm all right as well." But that was previous seasons. I suppose it's different, but I think I don't know if I told you this, but 10 o'clock on the morning on Saturday. Friend of Cherie's through work went, "Do you want to go to Arsenal today?" Got off the tickets, and I was like, "I'm at work. I'm at work till 4. It's all his birthday. It's just not happening." If a little bit more notice, absolutely. See you later. I'd have gone, but hindsight, what a place to have been, and said I was there because it was that kind of iconic moment.
Yeah.
For me, it was a bit like the Tony Adams moment where he's got the statue. I was like, that could be a statue. He's 16 years old and he's got a statue. That kind of moment, I think, will stay for a while. It was a bit like the Reece Nelson goal for me as well. I know it was a bit different, but it was just what it meant, I think. And it was just so special. So I'm going to be gassed about it for ages. I just love the result. And I was genuinely a little bit apprehensive of Everton. And, and Moyes spoke really highly about, the defending, like the Calafiori scorpion kick and stuff. And there's so much respect between him and Arteta, obviously, from player manager to manager, which I love as well. So there could be so much respect in the game compared to the Brighton guy who's come out and apologised after for being an absolute tool. But I haven't forgiven him. No, he's a muppet. But no, it's been really good, guys. I appreciate everything from coming in and chatting and predicting and talking about the game, the love of Arsenal that we all have. And I'm looking forward to texting tomorrow, but also speaking about the result of the Carabao Cup, hopefully a trophy above our heads. And we go from there. But no, thanks again. Thanks for everyone who's tuned in and will tune in and stuff like that. And obviously, we'll see you in the next one. But cheers, guys.
Come on, you Gunners.
Go on, you Gunners.